The birth of Cain and Abel. God respected Abel's offering. Genesis chapter 4, verses 1 to 5. The man knew Eve his wife. She conceived and gave birth to Cain, and said, I have gotten a man with God's help. Again, she gave birth to Cain's brother Abel. Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. As time passed, Cain brought an offering to God from the fruit of the ground. Abel also brought some of the firstborn of his flock and of its fat. Yahweh respected Abel and his offering, but he didn't respect Cain and his offering. Cain was very angry, and the expression on his face fell. Reflection. Cain and Abel both brought gifts to God, but only Abel gave his very best. This reminds us that God cares about the heart behind our actions, not just the things we give. When we offer our time, our kindness, or our talents, He wants us to do it with love and honesty. Reflection question. What is one way you can give your best to God today, whether it's helping someone, praying, or sharing kindness? God talks to Cain. Genesis chapter 4, verses 6 to 7. God said to Cain,
Why are you angry? Why is the expression of your face fallen? If you do well, want to be lifted up? If you don't do well, sin crouches at the door. Its desires for you, but you are to rule over it.
Summary. God asked Cain why he was upset and reminded him that doing what is right brings acceptance. Abel had given his best offering in faith, while Cain's offering lacked the right heart. God warned Cain that sin was waiting to control him, but Cain still had the choice to resist and do what was right. Important things to know. What God means. If you do well, will you not be accepted? God points Cain to the importance of attitude and obedience, not just the gift itself. Sin crouches at the door. Cain's anger and jealousy were dangerous. God warned him that sin was ready to take over, but Cain had the power to master it. Key point. The issue was Cain's attitude and lack of faith, not simply the offering. God gave Cain a chance to change, to bring his best with the right heart and to overcome sin. In short, Cain's offering was rejected because of his attitude and lack of faith. God warned him that sin was ready to take control, but Cain could still choose righteousness. Reflection. God's words remind us that feelings like anger and jealousy can open the door to sin if we let them rule us. But God gives us the strength to resist. He calls us to master those feelings instead of being mastered by them. Reflection question. When you feel anger or jealousy, how can you choose to rule over it and respond in a way that pleases God?